Hello and welcome to Karma's a Stitch. I'm Tonya, and this is a YouTube channel where I talk about my knitting and my crochet. But for the month of November, my videos look a little different. I put out a daily vlog where I take one project that is an active WIP, and we talk about that, and I work on it for a day, and then I decide if I'm going to keep it or frog it. And if I'm going to keep it, I put it in what I call my WIP wall. And that way I know going into 2026, all of the projects that I have in a project bag are things that I just went through and I know that I want to work on. So last night we had Anthony and he chose this project bag for me. And in this project bag was the Festival of Stitches shawl. I don't know if it's called a shawl or a wrap. However, it looks like a long rectangular wrap. I did show a picture of it last night. Let's see if I can go back to that. It looks like 5 clues. Here's the pictures. So that is what I spent last night and today working on. I did show last night the first top part of the pattern, just to show you guys that I tend to write on my pattern if I'm using a paper copy. And I put the number of, repeats or rows or whatever. And I just mark them off as I go. So last night I was right about here, I believe, is where I was at last night. So I finished off this first repeat. And then I did this entire second repeat. And I have one more repeat to go in clue 1. So I didn't get as far as I wanted. Ideally, I would have gotten through all of clue 1 today, but that was a lot. That was a lot considering other stuff that I had planned. I went and sat at a cafe and got to visit with one of the customers from our local yarn shop who just needed a little extra help with a project, and I was happy to meet with her. And I got to visit with her. Her husband drove her there, and he sat over on the other side of the cafe and read a book while she and I kind of straightened out her project and got her going on that. Now, let's see here. This is my progress from last night. I did put a progress keeper in here. And this is what I've gotten done so far today in a 24-hour period, I guess. Now you can't really see it. There are 3 colors in here. I've got the Wicked colorway, which is this black. And then the pink was a so the black is called Wicked. It's by Trilogy Yarns. And then this pink or fuchsia is called, it was just a potluck color by Hedgehog Fibers. But these eyelet sections is where I have the 3rd color, which was also by Trilogy, that was called Eggplant. So all 3 colors are being utilized in this first clue. And that's how much progress I made today. I really was hoping to get another one of the repeats in the final repeat, which starts with the eyelet section, and then it has these rows here. So that's where I got with my Festival of Stitches. I'm going to put my stitch stoppers back on there so that no stitches fall off. And we're going to put this on the WIP wall and call Anthony over to see if he can pull another project off my pile for me. So let's get Anthony over here and see what we're going to be doing the next 24 hours. Okay, so Anthony chose this fabulous project bag, which I got from a really lovely friend. She knows who she is. Now, in this project bag is a shawl. It's called the OMU. It's OHMU. Now, if you remember this past spring, a group of us went to a town about 2.5 hours away, and we just had an amazing weekend of a knitting retreat. And it was some of the coolest people that you could knit with, and a whole weekend in this amazing home. And we had music and knitting bingo and a swimming pool and just amazing conversations, and it was just lovely. Now, we had decided kind of spur of the moment while we were there that, hey, we're going to go do a field trip to the local yarn shop in that area. Why don't we all pick a project, and we'll all go pick yarn for that project, and then we could all be making one kind of as a memory of this trip. And the OMU is what we chose. And so we all went to the shop, and we had something in mind that we were purchasing wool for. And you guys, I'm so on the fence with this. So this is the progress that I have made on this OMU wrap shawl. Okay. Now, this is one of those projects that I was truly thinking that I wanted to frog. However, now that it's actually been pulled off of that pile, I weirdly feel as though I need to call one of the people that was on that trip with me, who has taken the time and finished her OMU. I don't want her to be disappointed in me. So I feel as though I need to give her a call. And I just need her blessing. I just need to hear that she understands me when I say I want to frog this. And I know that this is my knitting. But this was something that we had all kind of picked out together. And she just was so great. And she got hers all finished. And I just need to know that she's okay with me frogging this. I need to call her. Give me a moment. Okay, so I have called her, and she is a lovely person. And so she said, Tonya, just go ahead and frog it. And my next question was, are you going to have any resentment towards me if I frog it? And she had the slightest of slight hesitation in her voice. And I know that she said that I could, and but I'm not feeling okay about frogging this. And it is so weird because she has never done anything that would make me feel obligated to knit this. Like, there were 12 of us there. I don't even know why I feel I need her blessing to do it, but she's the person I feel as though I need her okay if I frog this. And even though she said she was, I am not quite there. I can't just frog this. So I think what I'm going to do, because if I were to frog this, where did I put that? Oh, hold on one second. So if I were to frog this project, I would end up taking this scarf that I did and making it longer with this material. And so it would be twice as long, but halfway through it would be a very different appearance. That is kind of what I was thinking I wanted to do with this project. So I think what I'm going to do, instead of frogging the OMU, which I'm not quite prepared to do, which is absolutely ridiculous because she told me to go ahead. She's never made me feel weird, like I had to do it, but for some reason I want her to, I don't know what I was looking for, but I'm not going to frog this quite yet, but I'm not going to knit on it. I'm going to put it on the top of my WIP wall, and I'm going to revisit this one at a later date because I'm not quite okay with frogging it. I'm making such a big deal out of this, and I really don't need to. It's not that big of a deal. She didn't make it a big deal. It is completely all in my head, and I am very aware of that. But it's gonna go on the top of my WIP wall just for me to revisit at a later time. It's an easy one for me to grab and take to church and work on. So yeah, it's gonna be set aside for the moment. I'm gonna have Anthony come over and grab another project. Okay, he does it so much faster than Alex does. Holy smokes. So he grabbed this project bag. It's by Knitted Niceties, who's a local person to me. And inside this project bag, you may have seen this recently because I was just recently working on this project, is my Rocket Tee by Tanis Fiber Arts. And I am making this, and I think that it is top down. And I believe that I am at a point where I'm just going the rest of the body. However, I had, I'll show you. I have the neckline done. And I have the sleeves done. And then I've started on the body. So all I have left to do is the length of the body. Okay? And I only have the tiniest of tiny bits left of this pink. So the stripes are going to be very spaced out. They're not going to be super thick, and they're not even the same. Okay, I do like it to be a little random. So I will continue to do that. The material is the Queensland Collection Dungarees Rainbow Tweed. It's that spun, the spun from recycled jeans. I've done a couple outline tees with this. I've got the Bowman that we just shared is done in this material because it's just so airy and so drapey. Like, I just love the material that I get with this stuff. So I'm gonna put a progress marker on here right now as soon as I get off of here, because I have to go through this little bowl and find just the right one. So I'm gonna do that. And tomorrow I have a nail appointment. And I think I'm going, I don't know, I might be going to hang out with a friend either tomorrow night or the next night. So I might have quite a bit of time to knit tomorrow. Wouldn't that be so great? And see how far I can get on this Rocket Tee by Tanis Fiber Arts. So you guys, that's it. I hope you're all doing great. You guys, we have new subscribers, so thank you so much for joining if you're new here. This month is a little different, so thanks for jumping in and sticking with me through this. If you're new and you're like, what the heck is this lady doing? And you guys, thank you so much for all the comments. I have so enjoyed seeing folks like, well, there's one added to my list. And that is just so much fun to see, because then of course in my mind I'm like, oh, she liked that one, oh, she liked that one. And I had one of you, and you know who you are, and I don't know how you feel about me saying your name, but she was just like, Tonya, how are we even using the same internet? Like, your patterns that you find are so different from the ones that I find. And it's just, you guys, I love this community so much, and I love that we get to have these conversations. And thank you so much for taking the time to leave those comments and that feedback, because it's just so encouraging and I truly enjoy it. So I hope you're all doing great and enjoying whatever projects you're working on, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye.